You know, the last thing I texted before coming on live today was absolute 100% certainty that this was the right topic to do today, overcoming self doubt. Because just prior to this, literally 3 minutes ago, Megan on our team, head of creative services, I messaged her and I said, "Are these any good?" Meaning these lives every day, are they any good? And see, there's proof right there, right in that moment, that we all have self doubt. And how do you overcome self doubt? I'm going to tell you that underneath the confidence that I exude, underneath the presence that I have when I take the stage, underneath all of that is that little voice in the back of my head, that self doubt, that lack of confidence, the, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Am I going to make a difference? Yeah, what if I mess up? What if my jeans are too tight and my belly hangs over it? What if, will they? It's the noise and the negativity and the voice in the back of your head telling you you're going to fail. But I want to share this with you, and I want to share it from my perspective and my heart. And that is, self-doubt isn't real. It's a feeling. It's a thought. And the way you overcome that self-doubt is to do exactly what I do. I just take action. You will never break free of self-doubt unless you step out of that comfort zone, unless you take the moment to move forward and experience the discomfort. Let me tell you something. The first time I took the stage at an event to speak, oh my God, did I feel so unqualified, underprepared, inauthentic. Like I literally, so here's the conversation that went on just prior to my taking the stage. And I can vividly recall the thoughts that were going through my head. These people are going to know I don't know what the hell I'm doing. These people paid to come here and I have no idea what I'm going to say, because in that last few moments before I went on stage, my mind went totally blank. Like I totally lost it. Now you have to understand that I came from a broadcast world, and early on in my career, I was super comfortable getting on a stage and introducing Rex and Effect. And like, yeah, I came from the hip hop radio world. Okay. I know I look totally hip hop, right? I totally fit it. Power 92, Hot 97 all the way. But I literally came from that world, and I would get on stage and announce TLC, and I had no problem doing that. Yet here I was getting on stage to talk about business, my journey, the growth, all of this stuff. But in the back of my head, there was this nagging feeling that I was full of shit, that people would see through me, that I was too fat, that I was, by the way, that's been a running thing my entire life. Just so you know, for women who have body image issues, guys have it too. Okay. They just don't talk about it. What they do is they go to the gym and then they flex their pecs on camera. I can't do it because I don't have those kind of pecs. I have man boobs. They don't work the same way. I can jump and they'll jiggle, but anyway. And see, there's the self-deprecating humor that helps me deal with my lack of confidence in those areas. Are you getting that? You see, when you have self-doubt, you make up for it in other ways. And how I make up for it is I very simply shift my thinking. I take a different approach. I talk about it and I share. And I thought this was super important today because after the live cast yesterday, after the live stream, I said to you guys, you get to control. You're in the driver's seat for today. And I had a couple of comments on different channels about what the topic should be, what we should talk about. And because this is content that's designed for you guys, it's designed to help you navigate your way through what we're going through right now, helping you manage your business through this really challenging season. And because we're all in this together, I started doing these. Coffee with Ken is what it originally started out, which then became, because of messaging, Sippin with Spanky. Okay. I did this for you. And I wanted you to drive today's conversation. And then I started getting DMs. Vlad, the Romanian guy who was on with me last week, who wants to write for us, he was like sharing some things, and I'm Vlad, I'm sorry, bro, I'm sharing this with you because with everyone, because I think it's so important. I think it's incredibly powerful to get over your self-doubts, and people have a lot of self-doubt about their abilities. But what's remarkable is that when you step out of that comfort zone, when you step out of that thought, that fear, and you step into your power, when you step into what you're doing and you start to talk about what you're passionate about and what you know, guess what happens? That self-doubt gets quiet. That self-doubt starts to shrink. It starts to wither away. And it takes time, but it also takes working through it. It doesn't happen overnight. It won't happen on its own. And it certainly won't happen if you don't take action. You can have the fear. Listen, when I messaged Megan, I kid you not, I messaged Megan and I said, are these any good? And she said, I think they are, especially if people are participating. If you're getting comments and DMs, it's working, right? It's all about overcoming the fear. It's all about stepping out of your comfort zone. And sometimes you just got to step out of your comfort zone to have these conversations. You've got to be able to just overcome the fear. And you overcome by doing. If you have a question, want to jump in, I would love to have you join me on the stream. You can do it anytime. There's a link in the chat. There's a link right above in the post. You can click that link and join me anytime, or you can text your question 480-712-4177, 480-712-4177. And you can find me, or you can find me on any social channel if you want to DM me, because you don't want to do this live because you're introverted or because you have self-doubt. And that's cool too. No judgment here. I get it. I get it. By the way, prior to starting this today, I had so much self-doubt. My stomach was hurting. I literally had cramps because I thought, I'm faking it. They don't need this. Why am I doing this? Who am I to? I'm not the expert, right? I'm not, but I am in the areas that I know. And so overcoming that, stepping out of this discomfort, it takes work, and it takes work for all of us. It's not something you just magically evaporates overnight. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes practice. You cannot do this without doing. See, overcoming fear is being able to tell that voice in your head to shut up. It's being able to overcome the thought of others judging you. I've not overcome that. In some areas of my life, I'm still there. And do I have confidence? Absolutely. Do I know what I know? 100%. Am I certain when I speak that I have authority and I know the topics that I'm talking about? Yes. But there's always that little voice in the back of my head that tells me someone else knows more, and they're watching and they're passing judgment on me because what I'm saying may come out wrong, or I may stumble, or I may stutter when I say something. Or in the case of today, here was my biggest fear. My biggest fear was that no one was going to show up. No one was going to pay attention. No one was going to join me. And I would be doing this by myself, talking to a camera, looking at a screen, and not engage and participate. But guess what? I showed up anyway. I showed up anyway. Stella says, my elevator speech for years was about the time I told Joan Jett she couldn't say F on stage. Sometimes it takes a great story to build confidence. Yeah, that's true. It does. It takes a great story, but it takes your willingness to also jump in and just be okay with being okay. You don't have to be great. You just have to be real. Facebook user, obviously not authenticated because, well, it's just the way this app works, but love the subject. I'm glad whoever you are, you love the subject. I would love to have you join me if you want to talk about the subject directly. So the way you do it is simply tap the link. There's a link. I can pop it right here. You can jump on Facebook, jump on Instagram, jump on Twitter, whatever platform you're watching this on, YouTube, and join me on the live cast right now. You can ask your question. We can talk about this because overcoming self-doubt, overcoming limiting beliefs is something I've had to do in building my business. Let me tell you something. I had no intention. Yes, I'm wearing gym shorts because there's nobody in the building, okay? I had no intention of ever writing a book. Who the fuck wants to read a book by me? Who wants to read a book that I wrote? Like, why is my story so magnificent? Why should I share this with the world? And I got pushed and I got pushed. And you know what? I'm so glad I got pushed because I wrote it. And this book, for some people, has changed the course of their lives and their business, just as Gary Vee has changed mine. And other mentors have changed mine. So I share this. I never intended to become an author. Seeing my picture on the back of a book, weird, but I did it. I got out of my own way. And I did something that was really uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. When was the last time you did something so uncomfortable, so out of character for you? And by the way, I realize the energy of this is totally different. I just saw a text that said, man, the energy of this is so different today. And you're right, it is very different. It's very different than the last. I don't even know what episode number we're on with Sippin with Spanky. I don't know what number this is, and that's cool. The difference is today that this is something that we all struggle with, or many of us struggle with. I shouldn't say we all, but many of us struggle with, is self-doubt and limiting beliefs. You know, it's funny today when I take the stage at a conference, and today I speak to much larger audiences. And today, like, I'm confident. When I stood up at Tony Robbins' Business Mastery, when I stood up there and literally was in front of thousands of people, my level of confidence was high. Not because I was delusional, but because I know my subject matter. When I stand up at Social Media Marketing World and take the stage, my confidence is high. Again, I know my subject matter. But it's no different than when I first did it. It's no different because when I first did it, that fear of failure, that fear of what if they don't like my message is still there. Believe me, even today. Like when I got to Social Media Marketing World, and I wish Troy, my videographer, had, oh, wait, hold on. I think I have it. Hold on. This could be good. I have no idea if he's gotten the clip that I'm looking for, but if he does, I'm going to pull this clip for you. And yeah, perfect. Okay. So thank you, Troy. Love you, man. You're the best. So Troy, he is he's our incredible video guy. I asked him to pull a clip of this, and he was filming me when I was prepping for going on stage. And the reason he was filming it is because he had never seen me preparing to take the stage before. I'm going to just get this video up. So just give me a moment here. I'm trying to do this in real time live while I'm doing this. So that's a challenge in and of itself. So forgive me for fumbling my way through this. So I'm hoping to be able to bring this screen to you in a moment here. Got it. Thank you, Troy. You're the best. And I don't know what the sound is, and that's okay. The sound is really irrelevant here, but I want to show you what I do when I'm prepping for stage and what helps me get my energy up, getting ready for stage. Now, what I'm doing is the room is empty right now, or mostly empty, and I am just building my energy and getting myself into a powerful state, getting my head ready, and I've got music in my head, and yeah, you see me bouncing and hopping, but what I'm doing is I'm mentally putting myself on that stage and preparing for what I'm about to do, for what I'm about to deliver to the audience. And it looks weird, and that's only a little piece of it. Thank you, Troy, for getting that for me. I appreciate you. But every time I take the stage, there's that little inkling of doubt, that little subtle voice in the back of my head. And you have to be able to and willing to step out of that voice, step over that fear, and test the waters, because you'll never overcome it unless you take that first step, ever. And that is so powerful. It's so powerful. And it's changed my life, and it's going to change your life when you just stop listening to the voice in your head and you start stepping in to try to do something different or do something different. So anyway, I'm going to keep this short and sweet today. I appreciate you. I love you all. And thank you for your attention. Thanks for listening. I've been doing these daily, and I'm going to continue to do these daily. And if I'm doing them for an audience of 1 and one person gets it, great. If I'm doing it for an audience of 30 and one person gets it, great. It's not about how many people show up. It's about how many people get something from it. And if only one person does, then I've done my job. So that's it. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 9 Pacific, noon Eastern, right here on Sippin with Spanky. Again, I'm going to let it go to you guys. If you want to drive the topic for today's or tomorrow's live, your chance is to do it in the comments section. Drop it in the comments section. And do I have a link? I got to find this link. Hold on. Well, okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. There's a cool link I want to share with you, but I'll share it tomorrow. Context is everything. This isn't the context. By the way, yes, today's shirt is zombie, and that's a zombie boyfriend or girlfriend. So anyway, you guys have an amazing day. I will see you tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, depending on what coast you're on or where in the world you are. Take care.